Well, we're going now to the astronaut quarters into the suit-up room. So tell us who we're seeing and what they're doing.
Well, that's the commander, Steve Frick. He's a Navy captain, and the fact that he's in there, and there's the pilot, Al Poindexter, also a Navy captain, means that the weather brief is over. While some of the other MSs were getting suited up in here, the pilot and commander, and sometimes the MS-2 will be in there getting the weather brief. There's Al giving us a wave and a thumbs up. This is his first flight. I know he's excited. There's Leland Melvin. This is his first flight also. Now, they've been in these suits several times, obviously through training, and then their actual launch suit, they've done some pressure checks and suit fits prior to today just to make sure that things are as they should be. And then today they'll get that last check before heading out to the pad. There's Stan Love. This is his first flight also. We do have some new flyers. He's a PhD in astronomy. He's from Oregon. He's a great guy, and he'll be doing the third spacewalk while he's up there. There's Hans Schlegel from ESA. He's from Germany. Looks like he's probably already completed his checks, and he's sitting there on cooling. This will be his second flight. He flew on D2, I think, back in about 1993, and he'll be doing 2 of the spacewalks. There's Leo Heihartz. He's a general in the French Air Force. And this is his second flight. It's his first shuttle flight. He went up to Mir back in '98. And there's Rex. This is Rex's second flight. Matter of fact, he flew with Steve Frick, the commander. This is both their second flight, and they flew together on STS 110. Rex is an Air Force colonel, and he's the lead spacewalker on this mission. He'll be doing all 3 spacewalks. It's a great view of Atlantis. I think folks probably know that we got a reprieve from retiring Atlantis, and it has the opportunity to do maybe up to 3 more flights. It'll get the new station, the Shuttle Power Transfer System, or SPITS as we call it, which allows it to do a little bit longer dock missions with the space station. So that was good news. And here they come. This is actually coming out of the suit-up room in crew quarters. And you see the commander, Steve Frick, on the right, and there's Al Poindexter, the rest of the crew coming in. This is their chance to say bye to the folks in crew quarters. There they are. That's all the support personnel that have taken great care of them over the last couple of days. And then we also saw Steve Lindsay in the blue flight suit. There's Brent Jett kind of in the left rear in the coat and tie. He's the head of flight crew operations.
Here they come. Well, they're getting on board the Astrovan, and that's about, what is it, 20 minutes or so out to the pad?
It's probably about that. They have a police escort, and you'll probably see helicopters above them with SWAT security. And they usually get them out there a little quicker than if you and I were driving. It's not a bad ride at all. They do have cooling for their suits inside the Astrovan. Chance to get a last drink of water on there. And it's a pretty exciting ride.
There they go. Well, we'll pick up with them again at the launch pad, and hopefully we'll be able to follow them some as they're on the way out there. And we've now transferred the primary ascent guidance data into the backup flight system. The orbiter's onboard computers are updated with a proper ascent profile depending on the upper level wind situation at the time of launch. These profiles are called I-loads and tell the vehicle what the angle of attack is at various times and speeds during ascent. With 1 primary and 8 secondary computer programs to choose from, there's much more flexibility to launch based on the upper level wind patterns and wind conditions. Final inspection team has completed their work and left the launch pad. They'll be delivering a report to STS 122 Atlantis Launch Director Doug Lyons, and to the engineering team. Crew now getting off the Astrovan. They may stop and take a look around for a minute before they head up to the orbiter access arm. Astronauts now at the orbiter access arm level, where they will prepare to enter the white room. They'll be doing that one or two at a time. Here's our Commander Steve Frick being helped with his flight suit. Our commander wishing his family the best. Pilot Al Poindexter now in the white room, recognizing his family before he dons the rest of his gear.
That'll be step 636, same dot 200. GNC OTC.
GMT?
Yeah, we got the GMT and MET Delta just complete.
Copy that.
Yeah, if you're ready for 637.
And it'll pick up for the clock.
Copy.
Leopold A. Arts is a general in the French Air Force.
1631, thank you.
MS-1 Lee Melvin now preparing to board. This is his first flight. So the tank looks very clean for a launch, and as we know, the eco sensors are all working, so it looks like we've got a very good tank. See, Rex Walheim is our flight engineer. He's sitting in the aft center seat.
And OTC OVCC, we do have a go from our NASA. We're going to close the hatch this time. I'll be going to 142. Okay, copy. Thank you, OVCC.
Chief Engineer, verify radio resume count and go for launch. Engineering teams go, Doug. Copy, Charlie, thank you. Shuttle, safety and mission assurance. KSC, safety and mission assurance is go, Doug. Copy. Payload launch manager.
Okay, Doug, on behalf of our partners from the European Space Agency, the ISS team is ready to proceed.
Copy. And range weather?
Weather has no constraints for launch.
Copy. Very good. And Ops Manager, the launch and flight teams are ready to resume count.
Okay. Launch Director, Ops Manager, Doug, the MMT is not working any issues. It looks like a really good day to go fly. You are go to launch.
Okay, I copy that. And Atlantis, Launch Director.
Launch Director Atlantis, go ahead, Doug.
Well, Steve, for you and your crew, Atlantis is ready to fly. All systems are go. In an effort that has spanned from 1 year to the next, teams from around the globe, both on Earth and in space, have overcome many obstacles to get us to this point. So on behalf of all of them, I'd like to wish you a successful mission and safe return.
Thanks very much, Doug. From the crew, we know the Columbus module's been many years in the making, and we're looking forward to doing our part to bring it up to Peggy Whitson and her crew on the International Space Station and start its good work and many, many years of science. We appreciate your team and all the folks in the shuttle program that have worked so hard over the last couple of months to get the low-level cutoff sensors working. And it looks like, based on today, they're working great. We really appreciate them fixing that problem. We're looking forward to a great flight and coming back to see our families in 2 weeks. I know it's been a hard road for them, especially with the slip, but it looks like today's a good day and we're ready to go fly.
NTD Launch Director.
Go ahead.
Okay, you are clear to resume the count and launch Atlantis.
Copy, thank you.
NTD ISL.
Go ISL.
Recorder activation complete.
Thank you. And for all personnel, the countdown clock will resume in 1 minute, 20 seconds.
Countdown clock will resume on my mark.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
9 minutes and counting.
Ground launch sequence are now controlling. Automatic sequence has been initiated.
TLS is go for orbiter access arm retract.
Atlantis OTC, like Columbus before you, you've braved adversity. We wish you smooth sailing to the new world among the stars. Thanks very much, Jerry. We're looking forward to a great flight. PLT, OTC, perform APU pre-start. OTC, PLT, APU pre-start should work.
Main engines now being steered through their final checks. Final steering check before main engine ignition.
Atlantis OTC, close and lock your visors, initiate O2 flow. Atlantis copies, visors in O2, and caution and warning was cleared, no unexpected errors. Do that.
T-minus 2 minutes. 2 minutes to launch of Atlantis with a Columbus laboratory. T-minus 31 seconds. The handoff to Atlantis' onboard computers has occurred.
20.
15 seconds. Range safety systems armed. Sound suppression system water activated. T-minus 10, 9, 8. Go for main engine start. 7, 6. Main engine ignition. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And liftoff of Space Shuttle Atlantis as Columbus sets sail on a voyage of science to the space station.
Houston now controlling.
Roger, roll, Atlantis.
Columbus weighs anchor from its port in Florida. Atlantis on the proper alignment, heads down, wings level for the 8.5-minute ride to orbit, taking aim on the International Space Station for docking on Saturday. 28 seconds into the flight. The 3 liquid fuel main engines soon will throttle back to 72% of rated performance, going in the bucket, reducing the stress on the shuttle as it breaks through the sound barrier. Atlantis 3 miles in altitude, 7 miles downrange. 50 seconds into the flight. The engine's beginning to throttle back up, standing by for that call from Capcom Jim Dutton.
Atlantis, go at throttle up.
Atlantis copies. Go at throttle up.
The throttle up call acknowledged by Commander Steve Frick, joined on the flight deck by Pilot Alan Poindexter, Rex Walheim, and Leland Melvin. Seated down on the middeck are Stan Love and Hans Schlegel and Leopold Aarts of the European Space Agency. Aarts hitching a ride to his new home on the International Space Station. 1 minute, 30 seconds into the flight. Atlantis already 15 miles in altitude, 16 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, traveling 2,000 miles an hour. Three good main engines, 3 good fuel cells, 3 auxiliary power units, all functioning normally. Standing by for solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms good solid rocket booster separation, good staging. Guidance now converging, the onboard computers commanding the main engines to swivel, aiming Atlantis for its precise keyhole in space for main engine cutoff. Beginning to roll to a heads-up position now. Atlantis' computers commanding the main engines to swivel. Rolling to the heads-up position provides Atlantis with more favorable communications through the tracking and data relay satellite system heading toward orbit.
Atlantis, single engine Zaragoza 104.
Single engine Zaragoza 104.
Atlantis, press to MECO.
Press to MECO.
That call from Capcom Jim Dutton to Commander Steve Frick indicating that should we lose a main engine now, we have enough velocity to reach nominal orbital cutoff targets. However, we're flying on 3 good main engines, all the other systems in good shape as well.
Your shutdown plan is nominal. You are go for the plus X, go for the pitch.
As Atlantis enters its preliminary orbit, it will do so at a velocity of 17,500 miles an hour, 20 seconds of powered flight remaining. Booster officer confirms main engine cutoff, now standing by for the commands for external tank separation.
Atlantis, no action on the cabin DPDT at Seducer.
Copy, no action.
Spectacular view of Atlantis separating from its external tank. Atlantis now in its preliminary orbit. The Columbus module, Europe's new science center in space.
Nominal MECO, OHMS 1 is not required.
You said Atlantis for a window report?
Ready to copy, Steve.
Hey, Steve, it's not too bad. Window 1's clean. Window 2 has some standard fogging from SRB SEP. Window 3's a little lighter fogging, actually. Doesn't look too bad. It's got the standard speckles between the panes that were there pre-launch. And Dex reports about the same on his side. Window 4 is not too bad. Window 5, a little more fogging. Window 6, pretty clean.
We copy. Thanks for the good report.
That report from Commander Steve Frick to spacecraft communicator Steve Robinson indicating the status of the 6 large windows in the front and sides of the flight deck of the Shuttle Atlantis, and with a report of no indications of any damage. A view of the external tank following separation.
And Houston, we're ready to copy those playback times.
Okay, we've got KU from now till 4:48, and then picking up at 4:57 through 5:23.
Okay, now to 4:48, 4:57 to 5:23.
Good copy. Great looking video. And Steve, when you get a chance, give us status on Elvon Park. Yeah, hey, Steve, we see a couple other steps. I think we'd like to hear about the check steps on the top of Orbit Office page 4-8.
Okay, Steve, stand by. Let me break the checklist down again. I must have missed something. I'll call you right back.
No problem. Page 4-8.
What we're seeing here is a venting of remaining cryogenic components inside the external fuel tank.
Rex, I'm going to try to listen to you as we watch this spectacular playback of the tank venting.
I'll check back in a sec.
No, we're really here. Go ahead, Rex.
Okay, I just want to make sure when I was cycling the gear, the only switch I'm moving was the oven/RHS switch to off and then on. There's no other switches I was cycling. Is that correct?
That's correct, Rex. You did it correctly.